All right, Jesiah, welcome to UCF. How you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great, amazing, man. How about you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So
Good.
you're coming over here from Texas Tech, fellow Big 12 school, played against UCF in Lubbock. So what attracted you to the school, and was there anything about that matchup in Lubbock that kind of stood out to you?
Man, it reminded me of being home. When I saw UCF come, being born and raised in Orlando, Central Florida, it was just, it's like, man, I'm seeing my own people again. You don't see much people from Florida and Texas, obviously, but just that culture and the vibe, which is different. And it was just, coming here, entering the portal, I don't know, like something just my gut told me, like, I feel like I'm gonna end up at UCF because I wanted to be in the college. I was in the city. And I know being born and raised here, UCF has always been, one of the biggest schools, obviously, in America, one of the biggest schools, but it's very big in Orlando. So, and I have a lot of family, friends, and coaches here. And, God willingly, the UCF was one of the first schools to hit me up, and they were on me a lot. So it seemed like a no-brainer to come back home.
What's the difference between competing in this conference with UCF in a team like Texas Tech?
Oh man, it's just, I don't know. It's just two different, like, I wouldn't say, like, well, mindsets for sure, because Florida's different than Texas, but it's just like how we are, like, the personalities are different for sure. There's different swagger with with UCF, especially in Florida. Florida's just very different. I think the best of the best comes from Florida, and there's different culture in Texas, but there's great people there too. But it's Florida, man, being home, I think it's a really good thing.
Coach Gus really went hard on the linebacker room in the transfer portal. So what's it like getting a chance to work with all these different linebackers with different varying experiences, whether they were a returner or a transfer?
Well, I think it helps me grow, as a player too. Like all those older guys had to put their heads together to put, ourselves in the best position to go win. And that's my boy right there, 10, my dog. 10 is my dog. But us, we gotta just put ourselves in the best position, to help lead the room. Because everything starts with the linebackers. How we go is how everyone else is gonna go. So for us, just putting our heads together and just coming into work, and it helped me evaluate myself as not as a player but as a man too, and how to cooperate with people, in the workplace. So it's better for sure.
What's the biggest thing you think either yourself or as a linebacker unit needs to do between now and week one?
It's all about the little things, the little things that we do on and off the field to get ourselves better, to prepare for those moments what we have on Saturdays, because our goal is to obviously get a championship, and to achieve that we have to look ourselves in the mirror and correct things that we need to correct to be prepared for those moments to help us to get the opportunity to get a championship. So I think that comes from not only as a team but from myself personally, and to take accountability and just take ourselves day by day and build that chemistry with us together and to dominate on Saturdays.
What's the difference between 2023 Jesiah Pierre versus the 2024 Jesiah Pierre?
Focus. I think it's growth and focus for sure. 2023, I really felt like I was at my peak, and I was focused, locked in, but it just comes to, I guess it comes to knowing what matters and what doesn't matter. I'm not saying like I always had my priorities straight, but it's just like you could have it straighter. You know what I mean? Like you could have it, it's sharper, and those little things can add up. I look at myself a lot when I got to lead the younger guys. When young guys ask me for help, I'm like, man, like I'm telling them to do this, and I have to do it. It's easier said than done, but it's just like you really got to check yourself every single day and really come into work when other guys are looking up at you. It puts you in a spot you're like, man, like if I want to get to where I get to, I got to change myself even more. Like I just learned more about myself, what was important, what was necessary. It's just I took that and took it to another step and just utilized that to be the best person I can be. And God willing, that will translate to Saturdays.
One big thing that people talk about this team needs to do is stop in the run. Big 12 is chock full of amazing running backs. Mm-hmm. So how is this linebacker room going to help do that this season?
It's our mentality, the way we are, the way we play. I think the way Coach Ruth has the way he puts us in positions to make those plays, and the way he has us understand our football IQ. I think that really helps, us, have the better opportunity to stop the run, and to really, not only that, how Kinsey came in and changed our body too. I think a lot of it, Kinsey, like, and our nutritionists and Netta, like the way they've been educating us about our bodies and how to really how to take care of ourselves, the way we need to live, eat. That has really could help us perform better on the field, and now obviously help perform better stopping the run. So,
Gotten a chance to play CFB 25?
bro, honestly, to be honest with you, I haven't even played it yet, honestly. Something's wrong with my system, man. I gotta get my system right. But a lot of my friends been playing me, and they're like, man, you're going crazy, man. You're excited here in the game. I'm like, yeah, it's different for sure. But I gotta get into it. I gotta get my PlayStation right. It's been acting up lately, but it made it fall camp been busy, so I've had a chance to get to it yet. Has
it really brought this team together?
Yeah, it actually has. A lot of guys talk a lot of mess, even with the coaches. You know, there's like, I'll play you in CFBC. It's just been a lot of things. You know, a lot of guys come in and talk about it all the time. But it's fun. It's very, very fun.
You looking forward to getting a chance to play it yourself?
Yeah, I got to. Like, you have to. If you're in a video game, you have to play it yourself for sure. But when I have the time, I'm just really caught up in the film and football. Just focus on that. But when I have the time, I will play it for sure.
All right, awesome. Well, best of luck when you get a chance to play in the virtual field and, of course, on the IRL field later on.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.